evacuate at Piney Point. There is still concern of a breach that could happen at any moment. Fox 13's Kimberly Quizon has been following the story for days. Kim, how are people doing out there tonight?
Well, Haley, people out here, many of them are still worried, but tonight Manatee County has a new resource on their website. You can find it at mymanatee.org. It's a site that allows you to type in your address to see if you're in evacuation zone or not. And when you come out here and talk to residents, it varies from person to person. The worry is still very real, but some people have stayed while others have chosen to leave.
We've built so many memories there, it would be devastating if something happened to it.
For 14 years off Chapman Road, Brittany May and her family have lived with the Piney Point gypsum stacks towering over them.
We got the text alert that we needed to evacuate and, of course, weighed all our options to figure out what we were going to do.
Friday night, as access to the road was blocked, Brittany and her family left.
It's always been in the back of our minds, the what if something does happen to this thing. It's pretty disappointing that the county wasn't able to work with the owner of that property to do something years ago.
Sunday morning, the state and county repeated their concerns for residents living in the evacuation zone.
Heed evacuation orders right now. Again, from the department's perspective, the greatest danger of public health, safety, and welfare is flooding.
As water is pumped from the gypsum stack, the situation appears to be improving. But Manatee County Administrator Dr. Scott Hopes says Piney Point is not out of a critical position yet.
If we should have a full breach, within minutes, we're down to about 340 million gallons that could breach in totality in a period of minutes, and the models for less than an hour are as high of a 20-foot wall of water.
Rod Griffin, a retired firefighter, is staying home.
We're not going to leave. We're here. We're sitting up on a ridge. I don't think there's any way that water can get to us.
But Brittany and her family aren't taking chances. Their home sits right next to the gypsum stack, and they're waiting for the all clear.
Until they say everything's clear, the water's been drained out as much as possible, and there's no threat, we're going to continue to stay away from the house.
Now, there is some good news tonight. Manatee County does not expect to issue any further evacuation notices, and they say they're going to continue to keep an eye on this over the next coming days. And already right now, they expected that gypsum stack to be under 300 million gallons of water, but they say if a release was still to happen, that's a lot of water that would still come into these neighborhoods. Lloyd, back to you.
All right. Kim, thanks so much for the update.